Welcome. My name is David Cassiopo, and I am the President and CEO of emfluence. We are a marketing automation platform provider with a direct integration to Microsoft Dynamics. Today, we're going to be covering some essential campaigns for B2B marketers. These are campaigns that consistently drive proven results with real business impact. They're campaigns that virtually every B2B marketer should have in their playbook. We'll talk through each of the campaigns and then we'll give some guidance on how you can build them. Our first campaign type is often referred to as a gated content campaign. Gated content campaigns are designed to drive new marketing qualified leads. These will be early funnel leads that we can nurture and then convert to sales qualified leads that will begin to fill your pipeline and ultimately convert to revenue. At the core of this campaign is a compelling piece of content that will pique the interest of your prospects. Often this content is either a white paper, a worksheet, a how-to guide, slides or a recording of a presentation, or an online tool like a customized industry-specific calculator. Regardless of what it is, it should provide high value to your prospects, and it shouldn't be something that they can easily find elsewhere. You'll offer access to this content through a customized landing page to anyone who's willing to provide some general contact info in exchange for it. The requirement of the exchange of information for access to the content is why it's referred to as gated content. Providing high value is critical to the ultimate success of these campaigns. If a prospect takes the risk of giving up their contact information and the experience isn't great, you'll ultimately do damage to your brand and set the tone for a negative relationship. That's going to be hard to overcome. Once you have your content deployed, you'll need to think through how you can communicate to your target audience that that content is available and that it's valuable. Often this means running targeted ads to promote the content. For B2B marketers, it's hard to beat LinkedIn for targeting, but there are lots of options including other social networks, Google and Bing ads, display ads, industry-specific publications and associations, and traditional media like broadcast, print, and direct mail. For our example today, we'll focus on LinkedIn because it's one of the most accessible options and also one that provides some of the best targeting for B2B marketers. LinkedIn allows you to target individuals who meet very specific requirements. That includes options for location, company, job function, job seniority, education, experience, and interest areas like LinkedIn group membership and other general areas of interest. One of the great features of LinkedIn is that it'll let you create a lookalike audience based on the characteristics of your current customers. To create the audience, you'll upload a list of your current customers, and LinkedIn will attempt to match them to existing individual profiles in the LinkedIn network. Based on the characteristics of confirmed matches, it will generate an audience of other individuals who have similar characteristics. With your audience defined, you'll need to create compelling ad copy and graphics to drive clicks through to your landing page. It's at this point that you'll be asking for information in exchange for your content. That means the messaging on this page needs to successfully sell the value of your gated content or your visitors will simply turn away. It's important to think through how much information you want to collect at this point. There's a fine line between not asking for enough information to properly qualify a prospect and asking for too much information and causing your prospect to bounce from your page. At a minimum, you need a way to contact the individual. That's almost always going to be an email address, but could be a phone number if you're promising a consultation, or a business address if you're delivering a physical piece of content. You can always test your landing page by rotating out longer forms versus shorter forms, as long as you have a good mechanism in place to track conversions. A great starting point for most B2B companies is to ask for first name, last name, company, title, and email address. With this information, you can often append other information that may be important to how you craft the messaging to nurture your leads going forward. This could include things like location, industry, budget, and more. It's also a good idea to require a company email address. You can do this by generating a list of exclusion domains and providing some friendly error messaging like, please use your work email address. While this is likely to cut down on the number of leads you generate, the quality of the leads you do capture is going to be much higher. Once the prospect fills out the form, they'll automatically be added to your marketing database and optionally added to your CRM. The prospect will be directed to a response page where they'll get confirmation that their information was received and inform them that a link to their content has been emailed to them. By only delivering the content through an email link, you ensure that the email address they provided is accurate. It also creates another trackable element to your campaign. The link in the email can either be a direct download or a link to a landing page that houses the content they requested. While it can be different for any specific business, the leads you generate through gated content campaigns are generally marketing qualified leads, meaning they're often too early in the customer journey to hand off to a sales team as sales qualified leads. At this point, we're establishing a relationship, credibility, and trust with a prospect. Our next proven campaign for B2B marketers is an event-specific campaign. In this example, we'll build a campaign to drive traffic to our booth at a trade show, either virtual or in person. The goal here is to drive direct conversations or meetings with either new leads or existing marketing qualified or sales qualified leads. With an event set at a future date, you'll leverage your first-party audience to drive traffic. Your first-party audience consists of the customers, contacts, or leads in your house file. This is likely to be email addresses and the individuals who follow you on social channels and can also include other sources. In this example, we'll leverage our email list and our LinkedIn and Twitter audiences to drive traffic to an event-specific landing page. In addition, we can leverage the lookalike audience features of our chosen social networks to expand our reach to potential leads that are not part of our first-party audience. The event-specific landing page will include a form for individuals to request a meeting time. We'll drive traffic to that page through a combination of well-timed and targeted messages. We'll start with a series of email campaigns. The first message will be set to go out 30 days ahead of the show. You'll inform the audience that you'll be there, offer to pass along your show discount to them, let them know about any presentations you'll be giving, and invite them to schedule some time to visit in person. Because you'll likely have other email communications going out to your house file, you want to be somewhat conservative about how often you reach out prior to an event. 3 to 4 times is probably about the limit for most B2B marketers. This leaves room on your content calendar for other important campaigns. Take full advantage of whatever data you have to personalize the outreach. Using first name and company name is a good start. The next level would be to incorporate custom content based on data that shows an existing area of interest for a prospect. In this example, we'll schedule emails 30 days out, 15 days out, 7 days out, and 1 day out. If you can confirm exactly which of your subscribers will be in attendance, it may also make sense to reach out during the trade show with a reminder and possibly an offer to get a promotional item with a visit. Next, we'll schedule supporting messages on both LinkedIn and Twitter. Our specific cadence here doesn't necessarily need to follow our email schedule. Because social channels don't always display every message to every one of your followers, it's probably okay to have a greater frequency with your social posting. To get more exposure for your posts, you can set a modest budget to promote the posts to gain greater reach and also target lookalike audiences that are not part of your first-party data set. When meeting requests come in from the landing page, an immediate email autoresponder will trigger to confirm the request was received. This is also a good time to reinforce the value of a meeting and potentially introduce the team members who will be at the event. Including individual or team photos is a great way to humanize the experience and help break down the barriers of a first meeting. The value of setting direct meetings can't be overstated. People want to do business with people they know and like. Event-specific campaigns like this one are a great way to begin developing the kinds of relationships that close deals. Our next tried and true campaign for B2B marketers is a lead nurture campaign. Whether a lead was generated from a gated content campaign or an event-specific campaign or from another source, it's important to continue to build a positive relationship and establish credibility and trust. In most cases, this will mean the consistent delivery of high-value content combined with monitoring for engagement. With our inbound leads generated in the previous examples of a gated content campaign, a great next step would be to follow up and ask for feedback on the value of the content. A simple survey is a great way to do that. Start by asking for an overall rating of the content. On a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable was the content? A few follow-up questions will prompt thoughtful engagement from your leads and can provide some great insight as to the actual value of your content. As a starting point, you might ask 3 questions like, what did you find most valuable? What did you not find valuable? And what other content would you like to see from us? If they take the time to provide this information, you've accomplished a couple of great things. First, meaningful engagement, and second, thoughtful guidance on how to improve your content. You may also ask if they'd like to talk to a member of your sales team. If you get a yes here, you've successfully moved them from a marketing qualified lead to a sales qualified lead. If you get a no, you can continue to nurture the lead with an ongoing series of messages that provide real value. That value shouldn't just be features and benefits of your services. Rather, it should be content that helps them with their job function. Often, this can be thoughtful deployment of existing blog content paced out over several days, weeks, or months. As you nurture your leads, you'll be watching for engagement metrics. This is done by creating a contact or lead scoring model based on a variety of factors. A contact scoring model assigns point values to activities like email opens, clicks, forwards and conversions, landing page visits and conversions, survey starts and completions, and website visits. Higher point values can be assigned to web pages that may show greater buyer intent. For example, a visit to a pricing page is an indication that a site visitor has enough interest in your product or services to determine if they meet budget requirements. Ultimately, you'll want to set a threshold for a contact score that determines when a lead might be ready to convert from a marketing qualified lead to a sales qualified lead. For example, any lead who reaches a score of 50 over the course of 90 days might be turned over to your sales team for an introductory outreach via direct mail, email, phone, or a personal visit. The sales team can also be provided with detailed engagement metrics like which pages were visited by the lead. If the lead has visited pages specific to a certain product or service offering, it can help guide the initial conversation. As you begin to develop your overall marketing strategy, keep these campaigns in mind. You'll likely find that if you start thinking through the entire customer journey as it relates to your products and services, these tactical executions probably have a place in the early stages of the journey. For more ideas on campaigns for B2B marketers, you can reach out to us at expert@emfluence.com. Everything we do at Emfluence, including our integration with Microsoft Dynamics, is designed to be so intuitive you'll swear it was built just for you. Our third-generation integration provides unique flexibility for data flow and data management. It's the ideal blend of a native CRM application and a freestanding marketing automation platform. The Emfluence marketing platform itself allows you to create, deploy, and track multi-channel marketing campaigns through email, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn, online surveys, landing pages and online forms, sophisticated workflows, lead or contact scoring, and more. Getting started with Emfluence's integration to Microsoft Dynamics is quick and easy. Just follow along with our simple wizard to connect your Dynamics environment to the Emfluence marketing platform. Schedule a tour of the Emfluence marketing platform for Microsoft Dynamics today.